It began on a morning that should have been ordinary. The sun rose over Metropolis, warm, golden, peaceful. Just another day under the watch of Superman, protector of Earth, beacon of hope. But fate doesn't warn gods before it tests them. In the far edges of the Andromeda sector, something ancient awoke. A storm of light and shadow, magic and radiation colliding in impossible harmony. It wasn't a natural phenomenon. It was an experiment gone wrong. A rip in the fabric of existence itself. And it was heading for Earth. The Justice League Watchtower picked it up first. A swirling vortex pulsing with energy signatures from multiple realities. Batman's voice cut through the static. That's not a cosmic storm. That's a convergence. Superman stared at the holographic display. Traces of gamma radiation, mystic resonance, and lantern energy all merging together. Three forces that were never meant to coexist. Before the League could react, the vortex struck. It tore through orbit like a spear of chaos, slicing past the moon, shattering satellites, and heading straight for Metropolis. Superman didn't hesitate. He soared into the upper atmosphere, his body blazing like a comet, pushing against the storm. But when he touched it, the universe screamed. His body convulsed as green light, arcane runes, and gamma fire fused into his Kryptonian cells. His heart nearly stopped. His mind exploded into infinity. And for a moment, Clark Kent ceased to exist. He saw visions beyond time, the Eye of Agamotto, the Green Lantern Central Battery, the gamma-bathed ruins of Earth in another world. He saw power, limitless, wild, divine. Then everything went dark. When he awoke, the sky was on fire. The city below was gone, not destroyed, but rewritten. Buildings twisted into impossible angles, frozen mid-collapse. The air itself shimmered with green light. Superman fell to his knees, clutching his head. His vision split between dimensions. He could see the physical and the astral plane overlapping like two reflections on shattered glass. And in that chaos, he heard voices. One deep, primal, full of rage. Smash them all. Another cold and calm. Resist the chaos. Focus your will. And one whispering softly, drenched in eternity. Open your mind, Kal-El. When he opened his eyes, they burned with emerald fire. The Superman of tomorrow was no more. What rose from that crater was something new, something the universe had never seen. His skin glowed faintly green, veins lit with gamma light. Around his wrists, mystic sigils pulsed like living tattoos. A faint aura of lantern energy shimmered across his chest, wrapping around the House of El symbol like a crown of light. He could feel everything. Every heartbeat on Earth. Every emotion. Every fear. Every secret whispered in the dark. He tried to contain it, but his mind fractured under the weight. From the Watchtower, Wonder Woman and Batman watched in disbelief. He's radiating enough power to rewrite the solar system, Batman said, his tone flat but shaken. He's becoming something else, Diana whispered. A god without balance. On Earth, the ground trembled. Superman staggered forward, eyes glowing red, green, and gold all at once. His voice cracked the air. I can't stop it. He clenched his fists, trying to suppress the rage boiling inside. The Hulk's curse merged with Kryptonian might. His body swelled, muscles tightening, veins glowing brighter. His cape fluttered violently as pure energy burst from his skin. He could feel the magic of Doctor Strange coursing through his mind, the ability to see the threads of destiny, the runes of power. But where Strange had discipline, Superman had compassion, and that made it dangerous. He tried to cast a containment spell, words he didn't even know he knew, but as his will surged, lantern energy responded instinctively. A giant construct of Krypton itself rose behind him, its phantom towers glowing green. But within seconds, the raw gamma rage erupted again, shattering the spell and unleashing a wave of destruction that tore half the skyline apart. From across the world, Green Lantern Hal Jordan called out through the comms. Clark, listen to me. You're channeling the emotional spectrum. You need to will it back. Superman's voice thundered back, distorted and layered with magic. I can't. Every emotion in this world, I feel it. The anger, the sorrow, the pain. It's all inside me. Lightning ripped through the sky, forming runes across the clouds. The Eye of Agamotto materialized in front of him, a fragment torn from another universe, pulsing with ancient wisdom. And as it opened, Superman's reflection stared back. But it wasn't his face. It was something darker, larger. A version of him consumed by rage and magic, glowing like a living star. You can't hold all of us, Kal-El, the reflection whispered. We are many. Superman roared, the sound shaking mountains. Then I'll carry it all. He punched the reflection, and reality shattered like glass. The shockwave sent cracks through space itself, echoing across the multiverse. Universes trembled. Time folded. Even the Spectre turned his gaze toward Earth. The man once called Superman had become the Trinity Force, the living nexus of power, rage, and will. And though his heart still beat with hope, the universe could already feel it. Hope was starting to burn. The world trembled beneath a crimson-green sky. Across continents, oceans, and orbiting satellites, a single truth began to echo: Superman was no longer just Kryptonian. He had become something unmeasurable, something divine, and dangerously unstable. In the ruins of Metropolis, the Justice League stood in the eye of the storm. Batman, his armor scorched and eyes focused, studied the readings on his gauntlet. Energy spikes so intense they bent light itself. Wonder Woman held her sword drawn, her divine aura flickering under the weight of the chaos. Above them, suspended in clouds of glowing symbols, floated Superman, his voice a low, trembling storm. I tried to protect this world, and now it's breaking because of me. His words rippled through reality like thunder. Buildings shook, clouds parted, and the very air shimmered with energy. From behind him, a beam of green light descended. Hal Jordan, glowing with pure lantern energy, hovered cautiously nearby. Clark, you've got to fight it. The ring energy's feeding off your emotions, and you're broadcasting rage on a planetary level. Superman turned slowly. His eyes, once kind and clear, now burned with layered power. Red from Krypton, green from will, gold from the mystic. You think I don't know that, Hal? I feel every thought, every heartbeat. I hear every prayer for help. I can't shut it out. Hal raised his ring, projecting a containment field, a glowing cage of emerald light. Then let me help you shut it down. Superman stared for a moment, his face almost peaceful. You can't contain a sun, Hal. With a single pulse of his aura, the cage shattered like glass. The shockwave sent Hal spinning backward, his ring flickering. Batman! Wonder Woman shouted. He's losing control. But Batman didn't answer. He was already gone, activating his contingency plan deep beneath the city. Meanwhile, Superman rose higher, the runes around him glowing brighter. He was now surrounded by dozens of magic sigils, floating in circular orbit, remnants of Dr. Strange's mystic consciousness that had bled into his own. He whispered the words he didn't remember learning. By the crimson bands of Cyttorak, by the will eternal, I command the storm to obey. The air turned green, then red, then gold, a fusion of worlds that should never mix. Every lantern in the sector felt it. Every sorcerer in the multiverse heard the whisper of a Kryptonian sorcerer supreme. And far away, the Hulk within his blood began to stir. Superman clenched his fists, the ground below erupting into emerald fire. It's too much, he growled, his voice deepening, distorting. His muscles bulged, eyes flaring brighter. I can't control it. Then, with one primal scream, the Hulk in him broke free. Metropolis vanished beneath a blast of raw, unfiltered power. The ground split open, buildings lifted into the sky, and rivers turned to steam. The Trinity Superman had become something beyond mortal comprehension. A cosmic engine of emotion, fueled by will, fury, and magic itself. Wonder Woman shot upward, slashing through waves of raw energy, her blade glowing with divine light. "Kal!" she shouted. "You have to remember who you are." Superman turned toward her, and for the first time his face was monstrous. His skin cracked with green fire, eyes flaring like twin stars. "I remember everything." He raised his hand, and magic bent to his will. The lasso of truth coiled midair, glowing with his own light. He had seized control of it, something no one in history had ever done. "Kal, stop," Diana whispered. Superman looked at her, emotion flickering in his gaze. "You fight for truth. I fight for all of them." He gestured toward the world below, and suddenly, every human on Earth froze. Every heartbeat aligned to his rhythm. Every thought connected. For a brief, terrifying moment, Superman became the mind of humanity itself. Batman's voice cut through the chaos, echoing through comms. "Clark, listen to me. You're not saving them. You're controlling them. That's not you." Superman paused, his eyes narrowing. "If I don't take control, who will?" In the shadows, Dr. Fate, Zatanna, and John Constantine appeared, their auras glowing. Fate raised his hand. "Then we'll stop you, Kryptonian, before you tear reality apart." Superman smiled faintly. "You'll try." A pulse of golden energy burst from his chest, shattering every spell they cast before it formed. Constantine's coat whipped back as he coughed blood. "Bloody hell! He's rewriting magic itself." Zatanna screamed an incantation backward. "Uratz sti neti!" And for a split second, Superman flickered, his aura dimming. Then the Hulk within surged. He roared, a sound that cracked time itself. The sky fractured, stars flickering like dying candles. Dr. Fate's helmet shattered, and the League was thrown miles away. When the dust settled, Superman knelt in the crater, his breathing heavy, his hands trembling. The rage faded, leaving behind silence and horror. He whispered, almost broken, "What have I done?" All around him, cities lay in ruin. The air shimmered with unstable energy, reality itself wounded by his presence. Above him, the specter materialized, cloaked in cosmic fire. "Kal-El of Krypton," he thundered. "You have violated the balance. You hold power not meant for one being. The universe demands restitution." Superman rose slowly, his gaze meeting the embodiment of divine judgment itself. "Then let it judge me." Spectre's voice echoed across galaxies. "So be it." And with a blinding surge of light, the god of rage, magic, and will vanished into the void, cast beyond creation. Where he awoke would defy imagination. Darkness. That was all Superman could see. No stars. No sound. No heartbeat. Only the silence between creation, the void where even gods feared to tread. He floated in the abyss, the last echo of his name fading into eternity. For a moment he wondered if this was death. But then, a voice spoke, calm, timeless, infinite. "You are not dead, Kal-El, merely unmade." Before him, light began to take shape. A vast expanse of shifting colors, pure willpower and mystic energy woven into the fabric of infinity. And standing in its center was a being wrapped in light, the living tribunal. "You carry the essence of three powers that were never meant to merge," the tribunal said, its faces glowing gold, silver, and crimson. "Gamma rage, lantern will, and sorcery eternal. You have become the equation of chaos and order." Superman floated closer, his voice faint. "Then take it from me. I never wanted this." The tribunal's three faces turned in unison. "It cannot be removed. It can only be balanced, or burn everything that exists." Superman lowered his gaze. He could still feel it, the energy pulsing beneath his skin, the rage whispering, the will demanding, the magic twisting reality around him. Every breath risked another collapse. "So what do I do?" he asked softly. "You learn," said another voice. Deeper, rougher, familiar. From the shadows emerged a figure. Immense, green, radiating fury and pain. The Hulk, but not as he once was. This was a version forged from the same cosmic storm that birthed Superman's transformation. His reflection in rage. Superman frowned. "You're me." The Hulk smirked faintly. "The part of you that never stops fighting. You've been holding me down since the beginning. You can't fight what you are." Before Superman could respond, another light appeared. A glowing green flame forming the sigil of the Lantern core. From it emerged Hal Jordan, or rather, the spirit of willpower itself. "And I'm the part that believes you can control it," the Lantern spirit said. "But you've been trying to separate us, not understand us." Then, a third figure materialized, draped in crimson robes, levitating calmly above the void. The Ancient One, or perhaps an echo of her soul, born from the magic within him. Power without understanding is destruction. You must let go of fear, Kal-El. Fear of your own divinity. Superman looked around at the three manifestations, rage, will, and magic, all fragments of himself now made flesh. "You want me to merge with you," he said slowly. The Ancient One smiled faintly. "No, we want you to accept us." The Hulk's eyes flared green. "You think the world needs a god who hides behind control? Nah, it needs a protector who feels." The Lantern spirit extended his hand. "It needs one who believes," the Ancient One added softly, "and one who understands." Superman closed his eyes. For the first time since his transformation, he stopped resisting. He opened his mind not to the chaos, but to the harmony beneath it. He felt the rage not as a curse, but as the fuel to protect. He felt the will not as control but as focus, and the magic as the bridge between the two. A light erupted from within him, brighter than any sun. The void around him rippled, reshaping into stars, galaxies, color. When the light faded, Superman stood reborn. His suit glowed faintly with emerald lines. His eyes shimmered gold with mystic light. His aura pulsed calm and steady. No longer chaos, but balance. The Tribunal's voice echoed once more. "You have done what few ever have, Kal-El. You have mastered what was meant to destroy you." Superman looked down at his hands. They trembled with endless energy, yet his heart was still. "I didn't master it," he said quietly. "I listened to it." And with that, he turned his gaze toward the distance, toward the endless specks of life, worlds upon worlds waiting to be saved. He could see Earth, fragile, wounded, but alive. He could hear Batman's heartbeat, Diana's voice praying for him, the League rebuilding the world he had almost destroyed. "Send me back," he said. "They need hope. They need me." The Tribunal nodded once. "Then go, Superman. But know this: power will always test you. The greatest war will always be within." Superman smiled faintly. "Then it's one I'll never stop fighting." In a flash of white light, he was gone. He awoke above the world, the wind cool against his face, the stars shimmering around him. For a brief moment, everything was quiet. Below, the earth turned blue-green whole again. Superman stretched his hand, and a faint green construct of the planet formed in his palm. He whispered to it, "Rage gives me strength. Will gives me purpose. Magic gives me wisdom." Then he smiled. "I am more than power. I am balance." And as he soared through the skies once more, his cape glowing with soft emerald light, a new legend was born. Not just of Superman, the Man of Steel, but of Superman Prime, the Keeper of Balance. A being of infinite strength, infinite will, and infinite peace. The protector of all worlds. The light beyond power.